Hey everybody, JokerFit here with another video. This time bringing you guys a special video review of an item that I've been meaning to review for a week now, ever since I got them in the mail. And I have to give a big thanks to Star Wars Embo 98 for giving this guy to me in a trade. I appreciate it a lot, Corey. You're an awesome guy. Definitely go subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. So now on to the video. So of course here we are. This is the Legacy Collection Jawa and Treadwell droid. Really cool pair these are. Just give you guys a quick look at the packaging that it comes in. This is the packaging, since I haven't reviewed a Legacy Collection figure on my channel so far. This is what it looks like. You see the Jawa up there in the corner, which I actually have something to point out about the differences in that picture between what you actually get in the figure. And over here is the back on the description and stuff. And it comes with a Build-A-Droid part, which I'm not going to show. It's for L8, L9, which is, that's actually one Build-A-Droid that I would actually like to complete someday, but not a huge priority right now. So, let's get to the Jawa itself. First off, let's talk about the droid, since this wasn't really the main reason I wanted it for the droid. The main reason is for the Jawa, since I'm trying to kind of get more Jawas. This is my second Jawa. The first one I have, it was a Power of the Force 2-1, and that one is not very good in terms of detail. The articulation on this guy is still not the best, but the detail is pretty awesome. But let's set the Jawa aside real quick and talk about the droid that he comes with. So really nice of Hasbro to include this droid with the Jawa, since I think, my personal opinion is that a $10 price point, a small like half-size figure such as a Jawa is not worth the full $10. So you have to throw in something extra, like have really good accessories or something, or two figures, as they did back in the Power of the Force / Power of the Jedi era. But instead of having another Jawa in this pack, they included this really cool looking droid that we saw in A New Hope. It's called the Treadwell droid. And it's a really cool looking droid. It actually has some interesting articulation. Let me talk about that. First off, you can spin it here on the bottom. It unfortunately does not have real wheels, so you can't really slide it around. Well, you can, but it doesn't do it that nicely. But each of these arms is articulated, which is really awesome. So you can stretch them out all that way. So that's a pretty large radius, you know, looking at that. Or you can have them fully folded up like it was in the packaging. I like to kind of have him like in the middle here, like you see here. Yeah, a pretty cool looking design for this droid. Kind of like a spider almost. Got all these legs coming out. I'm not that familiar about what this droid's function was. Like maybe this was some kind of repair droid. It kind of looks like, because on each end of it, he has a different little like tool. So it looks like he can do a variety of tasks. So very interesting design for this droid. Some cool detail on it. Pretty plain for the most part in terms of paint. A lot of it's just this casted plastic gray that we see like here and on the arms and the base right here where it turns. But there's some orange paint you see right there and on the top right there. So not a whole lot of paint detail, but the sculpt work is really nice. Again, I already mentioned that each of these little ends has a different tool on it, so it makes me think like this is some kind of multi-purpose droid. But a very cool looking droid. Looks very cool displayed next to the Jawa. So that's it for the little droid. Pretty cool little, I guess, accessory almost. Technically it's a figure since it has articulation, but yeah, pretty cool. So putting the Treadwell droid to the side, get on to the main draw of this figure, and that is of course the Jawa. Again, I've really been wanting to get some Jawas. I still want more, even after having this one. I'm trying to get a few Jawas, you know, maybe set up kind of like a scene with some droids or something. I've really it seems like lately I've really gotten into a sub-collection of Tatooine stuff. I have like just this whole corner of my dresser is just Tatooine, big Tatooine display. So I'm really interested in getting all these Tatooine characters and I guess even army building Jawas. I guess technically you'd call it tribe building or whatever, but really cool figure. The detail on it is awesome. The articulation not so hot, but it is an improvement over the Power of the Force 2 one. So let's go over the articulation first. The head is on a ball, but it is a bit hindered by just the sculpt, because it's a sculpted hood, and by his bandolier that he's wearing. So it is a bit limited, but you can get him to look all the way around, and he can look up a little bit like that, a little bit, and down a little bit as well, even though where are you going to have a Jawa looking down at? Anyway, so the head's on ball. The arms are pretty standard. You know, oh, something fell. He can go in and out. He has a single jointed elbow, but you can swivel it around. He has swivel wrists. And then, so, you know, I think up to this point, you know, pretty nice articulation, what you expect from a Star Wars figure. But where it really just drops the ball is in the leg region. There is no articulation below the waist. You can turn the waist and that is it. This is a sculpted hard plastic, so even if it did have articulation under there, you wouldn't be able to use it. But actually looking underneath the Jawa's skirt, I guess, I know, scary image, but there is no articulation there whatsoever, not even at the hips there is no articulation, so that is just a sculpted leg area. So, yeah, that's a bit disappointing, I have to say. It is a smaller figure, so I guess you could forgive certain things like that, but still a bit disappointed by it. I know that later in the Legacy Collection they did another version of the Jawa that had a cloth skirt and actually had some articulation in the legs. I really want to get that one too, to add some variety to my Jawa collection. But really cool. And nonetheless, the detail on this guy is fantastic, I must say. Really nicely painted cloth. It has some weathering in there, you know, it looks like it's been out in the desert for a while. It's faded in patches. Really cool. As far as the accessories, besides the droid that he comes with, this blaster, which I guess is like some kind of ion blaster. I forget what the technical name for this is. I know ion blaster, I think that's Optimus Prime's gun. But anyway, this is like the droid, the gun that Jawas used to like pacify any renegade droids, you know, when they're capturing them or finding them. And he has a bit of difficulty holding it. It's really weird how they sculpted the trigger. As you can see, it's kind of, there is no real handle for it, it's just the trigger. So you have to have him kind of put his finger right in there. I can hold it kind of one-handed, like I got him in like a James Bond pose right now. But he cannot, unfortunately, he cannot hold it with two hands. That would have been nice, but it's forgivable. This is a separate piece, so you can take it off of him. Let me see. There we go. So you can take off his blaster, which it has this loop around, which has this little thing, which I don't really know what exactly this is. Maybe it's like to control the charge of the gun. I don't know. Just kind of spitballing now. But it holds on pretty nice. You don't have to worry about it falling off of him if you have him like upside down or anything. It holds on pretty nice. And if you really want to, you could take off his bandolier as well. But to do that, you probably have to do some finagling and stretch out the plastic, and that's something I don't really want to do. As you can see there, he has a big holster for his gun. And kind of weird thing is that when you have the gun in the holster, it goes all the way down to his feet, so it's like he's dragging the barrel of the gun in the sand. But anyway, really nice detail on this guy. If my camera would like to focus, please. Pretty please. Please? No, maybe not. Yeah, it has trouble sometime, but really nice detail again. Good weathering on the cloth. Looks like he's been out searching for droids in the Dune Sea for a while. You know, he's got weathering on the hood too. In earlier Jawa figures, they actually used light piping on top of the hood to make the eyes glow yellow. For the Legacy release, they decided to get rid of that and just have painted gold eyes, which I think still looks pretty cool. Even like, you know, with the hood and stuff, you can still see it pretty clearly in regular light. And I liked it too because the light piping would kind of distract, because you'd have just this big yellow block on top of the Jawa's head, and that looked distracting. So it looks aesthetically better with just the painted gold eyes. So yeah, that's about it for the Jawa. Not a whole lot to say about him because he's a little small figure. The thing that did confuse me a little bit is that there were these two little parts in the packaging, and it's these two. Now this part, which is like some kind of antenna, I put it on, there's a little hole, you can see right here, a little hole on the Treadwell droid that I just assumed that maybe that's where that antenna is supposed to plug in. I don't know if that's correct, so if any of you guys know if that's the correct place for this antenna, please tell me. And I noticed that on the Jawa's bandolier there's a little peg too, so maybe this is like some kind of battery for his gun. But at the same time, for his blaster, there's a little peg on this strap on this little device here. So it's a little confusing. This is the one that really has me puzzled as to where it's supposed to go. Again, I'm kind of assuming that maybe this is a battery for his gun, but I don't really know. So if you guys know where the this little thing and the antenna go, please tell me. I'd appreciate it. So let me slip his gun back on to give you guys one last look at him. Oh, I think I put it on wrong. Okay, let's forget that. So anyway, really cool set. He is a bit pricey though. Online I looked, new in packaging he goes for about $20 to $25 from what I've seen on eBay and Amazon. I was very fortunate enough, and again, big thanks to Corey for trading me this guy. I really wanted him, and I definitely want to get the other releases of him. I believe, also this is a reused body from a 30th anniversary collection Jawa, but they use different paints and stuff. That one has like a lighter jacket on top. And again, later in the Legacy collection, they gave this guy a cloth skirt and improved leg articulation, so I definitely want to pick up that release as well. But big thanks to Corey. Again, check out his channel. Definitely worth a sub. Great reviewer. Very informative, very professional. Definitely check out his stuff. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this review of the Legacy collection Jawa and Treadwell droid. Very cool set again. Definitely worth it if you can find it for a good price. $20, it depends on how much you really want this. Again, it really, with everything, it depends on how badly you want it. I really wanted this, but I didn't really want to pay the $20 price tag, so I got him in a trade. But again, whatever you guys want to do. So, really cool figure, highly detailed. Articulation's not the best, but he is a Jawa. He's not going to be doing kung fu or anything. So, thank you guys for watching as always. This is JokerFett, signing out. Bye.